A car horn blares behind you. Your shoulders jump. Your heart slams once hard, and you didn't decide to do any of that. You didn't have time. Your body moved before your mind even knew what the sound was. Something in you reacted first and asked questions later. That gap, the space between the sound and your thought, is where this story lives, because what flinched inside you in that half second is far older than you are, far older than cars, far older than cities or language or fire. It's a survival machine that has been running unbroken for millions of years. In the 1930s, two psychologists named Carney Landis and W.A. Hunt sat volunteers in a lab and popped balloons behind their heads without warning. They filmed the reactions frame by frame. Every single person, no matter how calm, no matter how prepared they claim to be, produced the same sequence. Eyes squeeze shut, head jerks down, shoulders rise, arms bend inward. It happened in under a fifth of a second. Too fast to be a choice, too consistent to be an accident. Landis and Hunt had captured something ancient, a reflex baked so deep into the human body that no amount of willpower could stop it. But why would a design this rigid survive for so long? Why wouldn't evolution let you think first? Because thinking is slow. And for most of human history, slow was fatal. Picture an early hominin walking through tall grass roughly 2 million years ago. A shape moves in the periphery. There is no time to reason it out, no time to weigh evidence. If that shape is a leopard, hesitation means death. If it isn't, a flinch costs nothing. So the body built a shortcut, a system that reacts to danger before the conscious mind is even in the loop. That shortcut has a name. Researchers call it the amygdala. Neuroscientist Joseph LeDoux, who has spent decades mapping fear in the human brain, discovered that sensory information travels to the amygdala through two separate paths. One path is slow and accurate, running through the cortex, the part of your brain responsible for conscious thought. The other path is fast and sloppy, a direct line from your senses straight to the amygdala, skipping conscious awareness entirely. LeDoux called this fast route the low road. The low road doesn't wait to be sure. It doesn't care if the shape in the grass turns out to be a shadow or a rock or a friend playing a joke. Its only job is to move your body first and let the slow, accurate cortex catch up afterward. Being wrong costs you a moment of embarrassment. Being right just once keeps you alive. This is why you flinch before you consciously register the horn. Why your hand yanks back from heat before you feel the burn. The low road already decided. Your thinking mind is only now being briefed, and this system is oddly specific about what it's watching for. Psychologists Arnie Ullman and Susan Maneka ran a series of studies showing that humans and primates learn to fear snakes and spiders far faster than they learn to fear objects that are statistically more dangerous today, like outlets or cars. Show someone a picture of a snake among flowers, and their eyes lock onto it almost instantly. Show them a flower among snakes, and it takes noticeably longer to find it. Oman and Manika call this the fear module, a part of the brain pre-tuned by evolution to spot ancient threats first. Your brain isn't built for the world you live in now. It's built for the world your ancestors survived, and that mismatch shows up everywhere, not just in flinches and startle reflexes. Charles Darwin noticed something similar over a century earlier. Watching people across wildly different cultures, he observed that fear produced the same facial expression everywhere. Wide eyes, raised brows, a slightly open mouth. Later, psychologist Paul Ekman traveled to remote, isolated communities that had almost no contact with the outside world and photographed their expressions of fear. They matched. Exactly. No one had taught them to make that face. It was already inside them, inherited, not learned. So the flinch, the widened eyes, the sudden pulled breath, none of it is really about the car horn. It's a message being relayed from an ancestor you will never meet. A message that says, still, after all this time, stay alert. The grass might move again. Here's the strange part. Your modern life almost never contains a leopard, but your fear module doesn't know that. It still fires at a slammed door, a sudden shout, a stranger walking too close behind you at night. So the threat has changed. The alarm system hasn't caught up. This is why a harmless email from your boss marked "we need to talk" can trigger the same physical spike as a predator in the grass. Your amygdala doesn't read context. It reads uncertainty, and uncertainty is close enough to danger to sound the alarm. Think about the last time your phone buzzed with an unknown number. Your stomach tightened just slightly before you even looked. That's the low road, still running, still doing its 2 million-year-old job in a world of screens and notifications it was never designed for. Some researchers argue this is part of why modern anxiety feels so exhausting. The system meant to fire rarely for real predators in short, intense bursts now fires constantly for emails, deadlines, and awkward silences. It was built for sprints. Now it runs marathons. But there's something almost comforting hidden inside all of this too. That flinch is proof that every person before you, stretching back further than history can even record, survived long enough to pass this reflex down. Every ancestor who froze at the wrong shadow and lived, everyone who jumped at a sound and it saved them, you are carrying their alertness in your shoulders, in your eyes, in that fraction of a second before thought. You are not broken when you flinch at something small. You are ancient. You are the end result of a system that has never once failed to keep its lineage alive. So the next time a horn makes you jump or a shadow makes your chest tighten for no real reason, notice it instead of brushing it off. That reaction is not a glitch in you. It is a message carried across 100,000 generations, still faithfully doing its job. A car horn blares behind you, your shoulders jump, and for one brief, ancient second, you are not standing on a sidewalk at all. You are back in the grass, and something somewhere is finally paying attention.